Hello, this is Chala Dincoy, CEO and founder of the Repositioning Expert. Welcome to a Polish My Pitch episode with Tierra Bonds. This is our podcast that is 5 minutes where we fix elevator pitches. Welcome, Tierra.
Hi, Chala. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock and I'm going to ask you to pretend that we met at a Zoom networking meeting, and that I am your prospect. And I have lots of money. So I want you to do your elevator pitch like you would normally, 30 seconds to a minute, and tell me what you do for a living. Go for it.
Cool. Hi, I'm Tierra Bonds in Seattle, Washington. I own a company called Take Charge Consulting. One of the main services we provide is credit repair. So we help people reach their credit goals, whether it's buying their first home, refinancing if people want to take advantage of the low rates right now. And we do all of the work in cleaning up their credit mistakes so that they can reach their credit goals.
Okay, wonderful. So that was very brief. So that's great. I always love that, I have a quote, the shorter time it takes to say what you do, the more money you make. So it's good. Okay, so do I have your permission to polish?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I would love it if you could get a little bit more specific about who you help. So I know that it's consumers, and anybody who is an adult has credit, right? And anybody who has really a home needs a credit, score. Needs to look at that. But the way that I strategize my clients' businesses is to ask them to pick an interest group if they're going B to C. So an interest group means these people self-gather by themselves in meetup groups. They self-gather in their own networks. They self-gather in their own communities. So interest groups can be anything from ethnicities. It could be geography. They're gathering by that geography. It could be, one of my clients was a wealth advisor who targeted divorcing moms. So there was 20 meetup groups in Toronto alone, just for them. So a mortgage broker client targeted foodies because he was one, and everybody needs a mortgage, but because they had an interest, he knew exactly where to find them, and he integrated his programs with, food and food events. So what interests do you have, or what interest group? So the other one is like new moms. They go to these, baby centers run by the government for play dates before COVID. So it could be students, they self-gather, right? It could be, retirees. It could be so many people. So who could you target that is an interest group that self-gathers in large numbers?
I'm not sure if this is defined enough, but professionals, young professionals. So people maybe newly in their career, they've made some mistakes in their past, and now they're ready to grow financially.
So the thing about young professionals, as far as I know, is they only self-gather in large numbers by industry.
Gotcha.
So, and you could do that. You could literally say, I'm just going to work with young IT people, or I'm just going to work with young bankers, or I'm just going to work with young lawyers. You could do that, or just the industry itself. So it's not fair to ask you to guess at this, because that's how disasters are made, if you're guessing at your marketing strategy. So what we would do normally when we're working together is we would divide into buckets of potential prospect target groups of both industry and interest groups. And then you would go and talk to each of them, and you and I would co-create a form where we ask them these questions around, what is the pain? Would you pay this much for the pain? And would you hire someone like me for the pain? And then where else do you hang out, and how do you talk about the pain? What's the pain language? So then we take all that data and we put it into your marketing plan and your strategy. So does that make sense?
That does.
So just let's pretend, give me the last person that you repaired the credit for.
I can't think of the last, but the most coming to my mind, a few people, is medical. They're
okay. Healthcare.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's say the vertical is healthcare, and you help people in healthcare repair their credit. what is the number one problem that you solve for them by repairing that credit? Is it that they can't get a home?
Yes. So number one, just the fact of being approved, and then number two, at the best interest rate possible.
Okay, so which one is the bigger problem? It's probably
Getting approved,
right? Okay, very good. All right, so let's put, to make your elevator pitch really pop, because 70% purchase based on pain. Because if you're not talking about pain, they don't care. So let's say, give me a stat, let's make it up for the moment, and you could look it up later. How many healthcare professionals get turned down for credit to buy a home, are unable to buy a home because they're turned down for credit? Like 4 out of 10 or 8 out of 10?
Yeah, about 4 out of 5. And let's switch it to entrepreneurs. That's definitely small business owners is more common.
Ta-da! You see how like the the elevator pitch really does flesh out what you need to do. Okay, so the let's say entrepreneurs. So 4 out of 5 entrepreneurs are turned down, and this is true. I was turned down. I was turned down. 4 out of 5 entrepreneurs, excuse me, are turned down for home ownership because of bad credit.
Yes.
Or because of the state of their credit.
Yes, yes.
What I do is, what do you do?
I work with my client and the credit bureaus to remove those negative accounts from their credit report, and come up with the personalized rebuilding plan for that client.
And as a result, can they get a home? Can they get approved?
Yes, as a result, their score, most clients see results within the first 30 days.
Allows them to buy the home, which allows them to get approved, and they can buy a home. Ta-da!
Yeah.
That's your elevator pitch.
Wow.
Do you see how your elevator pitch is the tip of the iceberg of your entire marketing plan? Okay, of your entire marketing strategy. All right. So you've been polished, miss.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Chala.
All right. You're welcome. Thanks for being on the show.